Hello everybody and welcome to this, your Aquarius April 2025 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant. Well, I've got a great deck for you this month. Now, I haven't used it until today, and when I do these presentations, these videos, I just say which one I'll do first, and I just go through them 12 in a row. So, because it's quicker that way. For me anyway. And I hadn't seen the deck. The deck was given to me by one of my children. Now, it was found in a flea market, so it must have been my daughter, because she is the queen of bargain hunting and through charity shops and flea markets and what have you. And of course, I had no idea what it was, and I hadn't used it before until earlier today when I was looking for some screwdrivers in the garage and going through a box. And anyway, in the middle of it, during one of the readings I was doing, this card popped out, and it's got the same back as these. And it's like an autograph. It's an autograph from M.M. Meline. It's an Enjoy Tabula Mundi Tarot, Coloris Arcus II edition. M.M. Meline is whoever M.M. Meline is, but there you go. So all this time I had something which was a deck that was actually autographed by the developer, so it must be an independent deck, I would say, and God knows what the original price was, but my daughter, being the way she is, she certainly wouldn't have paid anything like that. Now, you know, of course, that I provide clairvoyant readings to people all over the world, literally all the continents except Antarctica, and over FaceTime and Skype. So if you want to know what's going to be happening in your future about a situation, then just check out the information that's in the description below, or even if you're curious, just check out the description and have a look to see what's there. Now, I charge for those. They go for about 90 minutes, sometimes longer. I charge for them because I've got expenses like everybody else does. But there is a gift which I do offer for free to you if you are, if this is speaking to you. And it is the gift of healing. Now, it goes for about 45 minutes. Sometimes it can go out for an hour over FaceTime and Skype. And I set aside time each day to do healings, both over this channel, where hundreds of people have taken advantage of it, as well as people who come and see me at my house. And the thing is this, is that there's really nothing special about me. It comes through me and not from me. And where it comes from, of course, you can put two and two together. I'm sure I don't need to color in the pictures for you. But all I know is this, is that for whatever reason, it's like you are to be the cable by which this happens, and you can't get anything in return for it. And you must provide it to people who ask. So, I invite you. If you seek it, I will happily provide it to you, and I cannot get anything in return for it, and I don't want anything in return for it, because that's clearly not what is intended. Let's take 4, shall we, and show me the magic. No ads in this, by the way. Ace of Wands, perfect for you. 9 of Swords, very interesting juxtaposition. Knight of Swords, bloody Knight of Swords. 4 of Discs. What's this? 2 of Cups. Right. Why don't you come and sit down here next to me, and I'll also bring the camera around so everybody else can see. And you and I can just have a good close look at the imagery that's on these cards together. I might point a couple of things out with my pen, but not too much, or we'll run out of time. The cosmic energies are going to swirl and speak to us both, and I'll do the reading for you. Great month for you. Love, power, ambition, and great energy. I'm going to start with this because there's a few things which are clouding your mind. But first, I'll show the back of the cards. The back of the cards, I don't normally do this, as you know, but with independent decks, sometimes they can be good. Oh, here is a word, abrahadabra. Now, a guy called Aleister Crowley maintained that abrahadabra was actually the magic word and not abracadabra, as we all knew as children. But Crowley, in my opinion, well, the poor wretch was a heroin junkie and opium addict and cocaine addict and what have you. And look, I've read all of his stuff, and frankly, it just seems to be really childish, very obscure in parts. Often obscurity means that there's something deep behind it, but in his case, obscurity shows that there is nothing behind it. Now, let me start with... No, I'm not going to start with that. I'm going to start with this, I'm being told, because this is showing you the actual reality of your situation despite this. So just bear that in mind. Now here is this Ace of Wands, lots of fire. It's showing here that you will have high and very strong energy. There's a transformation going on here, something of a getting away from the past. There's a creative spark, a new project, a new start, possibly a passionate union here, and your vital life forces are going to be firing up and branching out everywhere. Now, I think that possibly Leo, Virgo, and Cancer may well be important to you at this time. This revitalizing power is filling your entire being with new light. And now it is important for that free-flowing energy to have a creative outlet, to not be held back by things in the past. Now, you can only use this energy if you have a goal towards which you can direct it. And the next step after releasing blocks and blocking thoughts is to find the right framework in which to set this energy to work. I think you'll have something of a breakthrough moment of insight, and you're going to be inspired and motivated to move your life forward. You will tap into your hidden potential thing, I think, here, and it's the perfect time to draw upon your imagination and make your dreams come true, because they will. Now, as I say, this is showing you what the actual situation of your life is, and yet you are holding yourself back from the past, and with certain recurring thoughts, possibly to do with things, heartbreak in the past, or feelings of guilt is what I'm getting here. Now, this is, as we can see, Mars in the sign of Gemini. Look, Gemini is a very scattered energy, and the power of Mars coming into it means that your mental clarity is not going to be used properly. In fact, you might use words cruelly against yourself. Now, this is about thoughts in general, I suppose. Thoughts, of course, are images that you paint in your own mind, and you surround the picture with words. You create the thought, and the thought leads to feelings, doesn't it? We can feel what the thought is embodying, and then the feelings lead to actions or to inaction, as the case may be. Now, the words that you hear, the most powerful words that you will ever hear in your life, are the words that you tell yourself. So don't talk yourself down. Don't let in negative thoughts. Be your own cheerleader. Now, you, the highly talented and attractive Aquarius, I just have the sense of there being some sort of a cruelty to yourself, a self-accusation, punishing yourself. Passive resistance even, really. That usual fantastic intellect of yours is now, in a sense, disintegrating into a pile of rubble. This is a cruelty directed at yourself. There's a tendency here to put yourself down with immense energy, which is where this Mars comes in. Now, maybe destructive accusations made by parents or teachers in your childhood are to blame, or they continue. But those accusations maybe continue with undiminished harshness to affect you. But now, sadly, I think you maybe are taking over the role of accuser yourself. Now, in this world that we live in, which is 24/7 and Instagram and emails and everything non-stop, it seems to be a very fragile world that we live in. Well, the fragility of our era is this. We don't believe there is a chance for redemption, for a hand to raise you up, for an embrace to save you, forgive you, pick you up, flood you with infinite indulgent love, to put you back on your feet and extend compassion and strength to you. Well, there is. And I do have, as I say, this issue of guilt for some reason sitting around here. And it is affecting, well, maybe how you feel about yourself, but really, guilt is not an emotion. When you're feeling guilty, what are you experiencing? Probably shame, regret, responsibility. Well, we all know how that feels, does it? But what does guilt feel like? I don't think anybody knows. You see, guilt really isn't a relationship. Guilt is the feeling that some relationship has been damaged. So it's not necessarily a feeling of responsibility. I mean, you can be damaged and it may not even be your fault. But when you are damaged, you know it's real damaged, even though it's not your fault. You're the damaged one. But guilt means really, I am not as lovable or acceptable or respectable as I used to be. Something happened, and I have lost value to someone as a result of that. Now, a person who has been abused or molested, they may think that nobody is going to love them now. Well, who is nobody? Nobody is my husband, my wife, my parents, or my future husband, my future wife, because I'm damaged goods. That's the feeling of guilt, I suppose. And it doesn't help to say, but look, it wasn't your fault, you know. The person says, I know it wasn't my fault, but I'm damaged. So all damage is really in relationship to someone, even yourself. You may say, I don't like myself because I'm not the person I used to be. Why did I do this? Why did I do this to me? So really, the guilt feeling is, why did you do this to you? And the thing is, identify who has been damaged, which relationship has been damaged, and fix it. But the idea that I can't forgive myself, well, look, that's just self-sabotage. Now, there are also here other thoughts as well. And what this is saying is that the time has now come for you to lay that baggage down and leave behind all the struggling and striving. You can be set free as you journey forward into a balanced, healthy, and rewarding future. Look, at times it might seem as though you and your past are one. And sometimes you can fail to make the difference, the distinction between what has happened to you and who you are today. And if you have a hard time getting beyond that damaging mindset, let me encourage you right now. You are not your past. Although you are changed and shaped by past experiences, who you were yesterday does not control the person you are today or the person you have the potential to be tomorrow. I mean, you would understand this, I know that, but that letting go is one of the major cornerstones of being set free. So make a decision to release whatever is holding you back. Don't hold on to anything that is not empowering you to move forward. In reality, you always have the option of choosing whether you will focus on a hurtful past, and remember, what you focus on, you get more of, or choose whether you will fill your mind, those pictures in your mind, with uplifting thoughts, uplifting paintings, and put uplifting words around them, thoughts of the present and all of its blessings. Because your mind just cannot focus on both negative and positive ideas at the same time. And as I say, the fragility of our era is that we don't believe that a hand can put you back on your feet. Well, one of the great things about life is that you can start over. Now, with the beloved, there are always new beginnings and second chances. The beloved specializes in giving you fresh starts. Now, while you may feel overwhelmed at times and held back by painful recollections, haunting fears of remorse or shame or guilt, the beloved's power in your life is not limited by what took place in your past. Now, when you are governed and manipulated by your painful memories, you allow your past to control your future. But when you choose to hand the controls over to the beloved, you will see that amazing things will happen with the rest of your life. You can start now. You can start now and have a brand new ending. This is not just the closing of a chapter. It's the closing of a book. And there's a bridge of silver wings which is taking you through to a new book, opened up with a fresh, brilliant white page, and now you write your new story and your new ending. And do you see what's in store for you? This is saying it. Don't worry about that. Just fix it, move on, and look what you have here, as well as here and here. Let's deal with this first. And here we have the Two of Cups, which is expressed to be love. Well, I'm not surprised, because here is Venus in Cancer. And these things, there's bees, which is to do with fertility and love. And look at these two creatures here. It's like half horse and, would it be half a fish? It's half a dolphin. Together they're called hippocampi. One of them is called a hippocampus. They're mythical creatures. They were said to draw Poseidon across the ocean. And the word hippocampus comes from the Greek words, two of them. One means dolphin and the other means womb. And they've been turned into hippocampus. Now, womb doesn't surprise me, because Cancer for me is the most nurturing of signs, and I always kind of consider it like a woman's womb in which things grow. Here there is. This is exemplifying here. Venus, the most receptive of the signs, love, beauty, creativity. In Cancer, the most receptive of the planets rather, and Cancer, nurturing, comfort, support, and healing for you. Receptive love, happy relationships, a great emotional exchange coming your way, close bonds, togetherness. Look, it's just the case that there's love and harmony all around you. There's a mutual love and respect, and a relationship that is strengthening. But remember this, and this is also the case in dealing with this, is that if you love yourself, you become beautiful to others, and your receptiveness from this receptive sign, this receptiveness towards yourself prepares you to give yourself totally to someone else. And then a deep emotional exchange will be possible, the giving and receiving of overflowing love. Now, if somebody is on the market for it and up to the challenge, then I do see marriage around here, certainly close friendships and partnerships, and the beginnings of a very harmonious relationship. There really isn't anything for you to do but enjoy what life offers at the moment. You might, I'll just say as an aside, you might remember that mythical creature Cupid, you know, like the little baby that has the blindfold on it and the bow and arrow. It's like a little toddler about 12 or 18 months old and has a blindfold on it. Well, that's because love doesn't look with the eyes, but with the mind. And that's why that blindfold is there. But love's mind doesn't really have any judgment or sensibility about it. It has wings, as Cupid does, and no eyes, and just flies in haste. And therefore, love is said to be a child, because in choice, it very often can make the wrong decision. But that won't be you. Now, for the gentleman watching this, you may not be her first, her last, or her only. She loved before, she may love again. But if she loves you now, then what else matters? She's not perfect, but you aren't either. And the two of you may never be perfect together, but if she could make you laugh, cause you to think twice, and admit to being human and making mistakes, then hold on to her and give her the most you can. And she may not be thinking about you every second of the day, but she will give you a part of her that she knows that you can break her heart. So don't hurt her, don't change her, don't analyze, and don't expect more than she can give. Smile when she makes you happy, let her know when she makes you mad, and miss her when she's not there. If anybody asks you, say this: I've got to be with that woman, or I'm gonna die. Now, what is around there? Oh, here we go. The Knight of Swords, fire and air. That's good for you because you're an air sign, and fire and air get on beautifully together, don't they? They stoke each other up, and you become explosive in a sense. You'll be very goal-oriented, ambitious. You'll have very flexible intellectual powers. I think there's a great degree of passion around here. A lot of Gemini and Taurus. Why is that, I wonder? I suppose it's because you'll have the energy of the mind, which is like a Gemini quality, but with the influence of the stability and determination of Taurus. So you'll be very active, clever, skillful, fierce, courageous, but just to make sure that you aim before you shoot, you could be quite unreflective. You will know where you are heading, and you will not rest until you arrive at your destination. You will have remarkable powers of concentration. Thoughts and ideas are going to come to you with lightning speed. And this imagination and flexible thinking that you have, you're going to use that to achieve your goals. And I think your strong intellectual determination is going to be bound up with a deep emotional understanding of things, because I suspect that only goals which are emotionally charged will stoke the passion of this fire. But your body, your intellect and spirit, they are in harmony and they're going to fly alongside you. I really am having the impression here of the idea of attack, of the violent power of motion applied. You are the wind, the storm, and your qualities will be skill, subtlety, and cleverness. Fierce, but also delicate. You might become consumed by your current idea, which has come to you by inspiration without a lot of research and development, if you know what I mean. Now, this really is a time to listen to the head rather than the heart, I think, for you, for this month anyway. And it could well be quite a restless period where you are transitioning, where you are moving, trying to get somewhere else, either in your everyday life or in travel. There's a restlessness around here. Maybe you want to break free from some things going on in the workplace, but you are in a good position now to forge plans, to set goals, and just to make them happen. But do you know your goal and what happens once you achieve it? Imagine how you will best be able to enjoy your success. And say this to yourself. Write down what your goal is. Write down what you want. And then say, I know what I want. And I know what I am working towards. And each goal along the way is a milestone on the way to my ultimate destination. And then finally we come to this. Well, here's the result of this for you, which is great material security, amongst other things. But I would also say there's also emotional security and peace with you, because this suit speaks of lifestyle in general to me. And this is saying that, well, first of all, what is it here? There is the sun in Capricorn. Well, Capricorn is a feet on the ground, eye on the prize sort of a sign, isn't it? And those with the sun in Capricorn, well, they have a realistic, grounded approach to life. Now, you know, the sun energizes the Capricorn earth here, and material benefits and or power are the result. The sun in astrology is the symbol of your dynamism or your power, and Capricorn is the application of your power this month in a really useful way. So this is talking about strong foundations, a stability, maybe a tight rein on a budget, being financially cautious, saving for the future perhaps, definitely protecting yourself. This is a very materialistic energy, and I don't have any problem with materialism. I mean, we all like the good things of life and luxuries, don't we? I think what could be happening here is that you might acquire some goods, luxuries, because you want them, and particularly because you want to show them off to somebody else. Now, this is a time when I think you might be tested not to give away your personal power. And in relation to, and as I say, because this is broader than things like money, but don't give your heart away to anybody else. You always keep your heart. Let them come to you and share in the love that you have for yourself. Because as I say, when you love yourself, you become beautiful. They can share in that love, and you can share in their love. There's no giving away of love to anybody here. Financial and material security is important to you, will be, and I think the solid foundations here. Look, you're willing to work for what you want, and you have confidence now in applying yourself to the world. Say this to yourself, because it's definitely true, and you are blessed with it, that I offer my power in the service of love, and you will then reap rewards tenfold. What a great set of cards. Made so much better for you being here. I told you those cards were good, did I not? Aren't they fascinating, the imagery that's on them? I hope you enjoyed that reading as much as I enjoyed providing it to you, because I was delighted by it, I've got to say. Now, unless I see you privately, either for a clairvoyant reading or for a healing, then I'll see you here again next month. Until then, though, remember one thing, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. And until then, it's bye for now.